Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. The Tainted Cup is the first book in a new trilogy of epic fantasy secondary world murder mystery novels where a young engraver who's been botanically augmented to remember everything that he sees, hears, senses in perfect detail, serving as the assistant to an eccentric investigator in the model of, the great detectives of mystery fiction for centuries. We really do enjoy when we have this sort of Sherlock Holmes style detective who has a lot of this eccentric knowledge and penchant for mood-altering substances and a bit of wildness to them. Anna Delabra, the investigator in this series, certainly has a lot of those qualities in the best possible way. As I said, this book is an epic fantasy as well as a murder mystery. So we're in this empire where every year there's a wet season and these giant, oceanic monsters come out of the sea and attempt to cross the land for reasons unknown and for reasons that I, as a fondness for fantasy ecology, have questions about that I'm looking forward to seeing in future iterations of the series. And the machinery of empire is dedicated to protecting people from these rampaging giant ocean monsters. And in the midst of this sort of looming threat of the Titans, these sort of monstrous creatures from the deep, a man is murdered. And not only is one man murdered, but then all of a sudden 10 engineers are murdered. And this causes a breach in the wall system designed to help prevent the attacks of these monsters. And so we have all of these sort of intervening factors, the machinery of empire, tying into what is a really very, very cool mystery. And a mystery that, yes, invites you to sort of solve the puzzle along with our characters, but is also just really interested in telling you a story and thinking about how we build our infrastructure and how we maintain the health and safety of a society, and how dozens of tree trunks and stems and grassy bits burst forth from people as a very, very cool murder method. And so for this lovely intersection of thinking about big ideas and thinking about what is visually and sensorially very, very cool, The Tainted Cup is a big win for me. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm really looking forward to continuing the trilogy. I love a mystery. I do. And I love when books are botanical. We love plants here at Bar Cart Bookshelf. Big surprise. And just, tasty stuff. I really enjoyed it. I think you all will too. And of course, we had to have a drink inspired by the book. So we're going to start our drink now. This is the Dappleglass. It does take its name from the murder method used in the book, but, it's okay if you have a bit of the hair of the dog or a bit of the hair of the thing that causes dozens of woody stems to emerge from your body. And we're going to start our Dappleglass with an ounce of cachaça. As I said, this is a sort of grassy, botanical murder method. They're like tree stems, but they're also like grass stems, and so we're going to get an ounce of that really green, floral, grassy, sugarcane-based cachaça in there. This is a world that's very green and lush, and we're here at the beginning of the wet season, and it's sort of tropical. There are lots of ways that plants are being used to augment people from not only the sort of memory adaptations that our protagonist Tinius Cole has, but also throughout the whole sort of society of the Empire of Canum. The botanical augmentations and changes really pervade the society in a great deal of depth, and ways that show, the degree to which Bennett has thought about his secondary world and how the technology of that secondary world affects the skills and the culture of the society. I had a lot of fun with that aspect as well. So we've got our ounce of cachaça in there. We're going to get an ounce of lime juice, keeping it light and bright. And of course, lime juice, cachaça, they go together. They're like, peanut butter and chocolate. We are going to get an ounce, or half an ounce, of the Midori. We haven't used Midori here on Barcart Bookshelf before. It is a melon liqueur. It's bright green. It's really fresh. We see these sorts of succa melons in the book. And it's got that sort of very fresh, very fruity quality to it that's going to play well with the grassiness of the cachaça and the brightness of that lime juice. I'm going to get half an ounce of orgeat as well. America's favorite syrup, mine too. This is an almond syrup, nutty, floral. There's a type of fruit in the book called a Mai fruit, M-A-I, and where there's a Mai fruit, we're thinking about Mai Tais, we're thinking about orgeat. We're bringing together all of these botanical floral notes that sort of pervade the book. Lovely. Finally, we're going to get 2 droppers full of orange bitters. And wow, all of my bottles, they just stuck together. All right. And if you're using an orange bitters with a dropper top, then 2 droppers. If you're using something with a dasher top, 2 dashes. A dropper full and a dash are approximately the same amount. As always with bitters, easy to add more, hard to add less. But we have this note of orange leaf and spice that sort of acts as a through line in the novel that we really want to come through in our Dappleglass cocktail. Next, we're going to get some crushed ice down in there. Really refreshing. As I said, it's sort of hot, sort of humid, and we want to get that in there. Shake it up, wake it up. Bring our glass over. Lovely. You want to shake that until that crushed ice is mostly, but not entirely, diluted and melted into the liquid. Nice and frothy, foamy, and we'll just pour that over some fresh crushed ice in a prepared glass. Lovely. Get the last bit of our small tin. Just smells so fresh, so refreshing, so green. Really what the Tainted Cup is all about. This is the Dappleglass inspired by the Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. The Tainted Cup is available now. I've got a link to snag it in the description below. A huge thank you to the publisher Del Rey for sending me an advance copy so that I could talk about it on release day. You really do want to check this out. I am so excited to continue this trilogy, to see more of the Empire, to see more of this detective and more of this assistant. It's botanical, it's, got interesting things to say about bodies, it's queer-friendly, it is got giant monsters and weird plant science. It's just, it's delicious. Highly recommend. We've got links to various forms of social media, including Twitter and Instagram, where there's always a written version of today's recipe. Try the drink. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit that like button. It makes me so very, very happy when you do. Share this video with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let people know about what we do here at Bar Cart Bookshelf, because that is how we build new audiences. And until next time, cheers.